like I'm on the hook. Actually. That's dope. What's up, bro? Thank you. Peace. Appreciate you for popping out. Oh shit, Sean, what's up? I gotta actually throw that up when I do the checkup. It's that roll after, so from here, 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 here. But it's like, I gotta kind of tighten the roll. Just like that. Just slow down some. That cross will probably push me back. It probably won't come. Thank you. Been working on it a little bit, maybe a lot of it, but appreciate you for noticing the progression. If you notice anything that I should work on, anything that you might peep that I don't peep, let me know so I can fix that shit. Thank you. Let me turn the light on. Nah, the light puts a glare, so I actually don't want to put the light on. Let me see. Alright, I get that up a little bit. What up, killer? No problem, of course. In this room, you're always gonna get advice. People in here always giving me advice as well. Nah, no record. I'm self-taught. I will be going into a gym soon. I'm getting closer to that point where that option will become available to me. So, but for the last, year or so, 2 years that I've been uploading, I've just been self-taught. People just been following my journey and watching my progression. But yeah, let me get back to it. If y'all see anything, let me know. Alright, so pretty much, killer, shadow box. Do what I'm doing, just know what you're gonna do in there, and honestly, you won't really give a fuck about what they're doing, excuse my language, because you'll be in control. You'll pretty much be anticipating. That's what I said, you gotta be hyper aware. Some things are signals that you can see that they're looking for a counter, and you use that counter to your advantage. So that's understanding what punches and defensive tactics are the counterparts to each. So knowing what to do when you see a cross thrown at you. You know what I mean? Straight punches, you slip. So the counterpart to another straight punch will be going around the straight punches. You gotta consider these punches as quote unquote traffic. Anything that obstructs your lane to be able to get to your target. So you wanna anticipate these movements that your opponent is doing, because they're gonna show it to you whether they like it or not. Everybody has their own habits. So you gotta be hyper aware. Realize what they're doing. So for instance, and realize what you're doing as well. So for instance, if you're throwing a jab, right? You know that the only way for them to counterpart a jab is either beat you to the jab or slip. Go around the jab. Simple as that. So you should be anticipating the slip. If you're, not beating them up with the jab already, you should be anticipating them moving. And that slip, you know yourself in this offensive position, when you slip, what can you do? Throw a hook, throw an uppercut, roll out of it. So now that you know those things, what would you do in those instances? It's like playing chess. You just gotta be in control and know what you're gonna do. You're not gonna be afraid of any counterpunch because they won't get to you, because you're not doing what they want you to do to get their opportunity to even throw that counterpunch. You're just taking control of the whole dance. You always have to have an exit strategy, right? So that's like something you always want to drill in, no matter what. Even so, that's not at any level should you disregard having an exit strategy. I definitely agree with this saying. I've also implemented this in my drilling as well. So like doing this, bouncing out, that's an exit strategy. I'm not angling, but I'm sidestepping off and dipping off to a new direction. Anytime I usually fight, I usually roll off like that. That's an exit strategy. So that you don't have you're not standing right in front of your opponent. Why? Because there's always going to be a punch that's thrown at you, even if you land, especially in a street fight. These people, it's all heart. So they might be even willing to take the punch so that they can land their punch. So you just gotta pick your shots accordingly and always have an exit strategy, yeah. Just like in defensive drills, like right now, I haven't implemented it yet because my sole purpose that I've kind of been focusing on for the last probably month or some change so is keeping my form while throwing many punches. Not dropping my hand, not losing my balance or anything. So throwing more than 3 punches, keeping my form and doing it. Eventually, I will be adding defensive arrangements within the combos every 1 or 2 punches, really 2 punches or so that I can always stay sharp defensively during the combos as well. But right now, keeping my hands up, bringing my hands back, keeping it tight, that's enough for right now, because you don't want to overdo your training, right? To not focus on enough, focus on too many things and not get enough done. So I would say, like I said, understand what the counterparts to each move is. Once you understand that, the game becomes differently. You're in control. You know what to do. It's just training your body to do it correctly. So, I always, when I'm talking to my friend Alvin, I'm trying to help him on gaining more IQ and stuff like that as far as just understanding the game. So I'll just ask him, okay, when I throw a hook, what's the counterpart to that? What can you do to beat that? Obviously, a straight punch is gonna be the first. So everything is its own counterpart. You just have to know when to use it. So if I'm throwing a hook like this, the window is here. You know what I mean? The window is gonna be right in between. Or another hook if their defense isn't, that's kind of completing the circle. But I kind of just see it like that. You just gotta understand it. Yeah, add defense to every strike and know that every move has a counterpart. So if somebody is looking to counter something you're doing, you can also counter what they're doing. It's infinite. There's no move that is untouchable. Every move has almost like a trump card move that you could do to it. so I'm still unorthodox when I do that. So really the only way to really do that is just I've kind of been trying to think of a way to switch stances while shifting angles other than doing this. Because this is one way I've kind of like learned to switch stances, but I want to like. Thank you. I've been working on my jab a lot. Pushing off the back foot, trying to keep my arms tight, hands up, and reversing the movement, not snapping my arm back. I can bring my arm back a little bit quicker, and I can punch quicker. That's why I was using the resistance bands and stuff like that. So those are things that I'm working on, like punching faster and punching with form. Because defensively, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not bad, simply because my footwork is better than most people who don't train, or if not everybody who doesn't train at all, which isn't like amazing to say, but I'm just saying like, that's another thing I want to do, not to be sidetracked because I'm running all over the place. I want to up my level of competition, and I think that's going to happen when I join a gym. It doesn't cost much. I can pay a $10 admission fee to go and do these sparring things, but I'm going to be honest with you, in between work before, so it was really hard for me to be able to do that. I really had to just find a free way to get some like-minded individuals who wanted to get some good work in. But we're living better now, man, so let's clap it up for me, you know what I mean? So we doing good things, we're moving in the right direction, as always, and once I get that opportunity to spar other fighters, people are gonna challenge my level of thinking, people are gonna outwork me, things like that, and maybe not be nice about it, you know? So I need that for my progression, definitely do. And then back to what I was saying before, I've been working on, like I said, the combinations and fast and stuff like that. My defense isn't that bad because my footwork is pretty good. And even though, you know, back then I was using my balance and stuff, I just still had more of a know-how than other people on how to use my feet. And my head movement isn't the best in the world because, I mean, it's good for, like I said, somebody who doesn't train at all. But I don't look at my opponent. So as far as being able to opportune on my combos, I mean the counters that might be there, I can't because I don't see it. I'm looking down, I'm looking away or whatever, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, looking away sometimes, it may like roll the steam off the punch, but it's not safe. Especially where I'm at, I probably should not do that. I should be drilling, looking dead at my opponent as I'm slipping, so I can take advantage of those punches and stuff. Do I want to compete? People ask me that a lot. And as far as my answer to that, my direct answer is no. But the long answer, I'll give you the long answer. I do this at first, it was like it was just me trying to learn something new. I was, you know, whatever in life at the time, really didn't have much time. I really had a lot of time on my hands. And not that I didn't think I could fight, I couldn't fight. It was definitely a right way of doing things, and I'm like very intellectual. I like to learn new things. I'm teaching myself Spanish. I taught myself how to, you know, learn the stock market with help of others, but I just like to learn. Like that's just something I like to do. And fighting, you know, engulfed part of that. Well, boxing specifically, because tried watching MMA and stuff like that, but it wasn't like something I could get into. Boxing already gravitated towards me personally, and I don't want to be a fighter, but I love the deep understanding of yourself when you do this work. The just the taking control and the balance and stuff like that. So for me personally, it's very meditational. For me, I literally have fucking a 12 law like kind of like life principle that I have based on like the universal laws of the universe and stuff like that. I mean, my fault, the 12 laws of the universe. But pretty much basically the guideline to take control in every aspect of my life. So this boxing, naturally gravitates towards that, taking control of yourself, of everything. Like I said, it's not about the person in front of you, it's always about yourself. And not in a cliche way, but like you're really in there for self. Like you're both in there. As I've never looked at a person in front of me that I'm fighting and said, "You're my enemy. I don't like you." It's always like I appreciate that we're both in this. It's almost like a ritual. To get better. It's like I literally see it in a metaphysical way, and for me, like I said, it's meditation. But if fighting came on the table and somebody asked me, it's like, okay, you got some really good talent. I think you're going places with this. If, like I said, pretty much if there's a lane there for me, I would probably take it. I'm not gonna, run away from what could be something totally for me, but I'm not forcing boxing as my chosen destiny. I'm just in love with the whole aspect of it, of the inner growth. He said leveling competition. Level also involves a lot of sparring. Just one tip is probably the quickest way to level up. I mean, good choice. It's not worth it, but it's an amazing hobby. Definitely is an amazing hobby. It's working out. You're learning self-defense. You're getting, mental meditation for, if you're doing it the right way, not just trying to, bully people. That's really cool, man, for sure. It's a very interesting and fun thing to learn, and yeah, boxing has a lot of mental benefits for sure. Customato, Mike Tyson, coach, once told Mike that boxing is spiritual, very similar to what you said. Yeah, look at what Bruce Lee be saying. It's literally. People say it's the best analogy for life, and you have those old school coaches that have the real love for the game, not the fighting aspect of it. Oh, the moves that you could do and the sweet science. Not the sweet science. The sweet science is different. That's another love too. But I'm talking about what we're saying as far as the balance that you have within yourself, or the understanding that you find within yourself. Like people who you really find out about yourself. I always tell people, like, I'm also telling my friend, like I said, Auburn, like he has a expression within him outside the ring that's bothering him inside the ring, and he thinks boxing is what he thought, until I humbly gave him the answer. Boxing wasn't the answer to the issue that he was dealing with. It's itself. So just like you're doing anything, you're making music, like if you're having a bad day, you're not gonna perform the best. And why are you having that bad day? Something's bothering you. Something within you is affecting you. Now that's a clear way to see it, but maybe you don't see it. Maybe sometimes you may be arrogant and don't understand that is the issue within you, or you're being stubborn and you know that's the issue and you don't want to change it. So it could be a lot of things, but you gotta look within yourself. Sometimes people, want to learn something and they're asking themselves, why can't I understand it? And they think the issue is, something outside of themselves. So I was trying to find out a way to switch angles. Like, 'cause I do this, right? Hold on. I was already doing it, so. So I just really just shift my hips, but I'm trying to find out a way that I can kind of like, you know how that's just like smooth? It's not practical, so I'm trying to find a way to make something practical out of it. I already did with the checker. So it kind of is that. But what I'm learning of, I really should just master that rather than try to learn some other shit after that. Do I know how to pivot? Yeah. No, so it wasn't that I was looking a way to change angles. I was looking for a way to switch stances and change angles other than doing this or doing this. Because this kind of, because it's like an outside side step when I go here. Because I kind of, after the hook, I slip and shift. So I can shift or I can shift. It's really just a shift, but it's when to do the shift within a specific point of the combo in like a creative way. So like, I could side step, shift. Okay. Pivot, shift. I do like the pivot shift though, I'm not gonna lie. But like pivoting to the outside. But the thing about the pivot shift, I end up kind of like behind my opponent. That's like fire. You just helped me out. I did 1, 2, 3 here. I almost shifted. It's supposed to pivot. Yeah, it's supposed to pivot. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here. Pivot. Shift. Because my opponent has to move. At that point, I'm damn near behind you. You have no choice but to move. Fuck that up. I was overthinking. I like that. Appreciate that, Sean. It'll get better eventually once I start adding. Ooh. See, ready? What we do is we go 1, 2, 3, slip, pivot, pull back. You see, I already did it. The slip and the pivots are already kind of like defensive. I kind of don't need to pull back. That's too much. Gives my opponent too much time to get the fuck up out of there. So 1, 2, 3, slip here, and then roll up out of there. You're facing this way. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. One, two, three. Here. Pull up out of there. Thank you, thank you. He said I'm doing great. So we're gonna keep on doing it. Gotta keep my chin down. Gotta keep my chin down. know we gotta do it in southpaw. Fucking it up. See, I don't got the same flow. See, right now what I'm trying to do is end the cross by going to the slip on the left side, and it ain't working out. So, because I'm already there, I kind of take myself out of position when I'm moving. Sometimes you just gotta try shit out. But really, if I were to go there, I have to already throw it without cocking my arm back like I did just now. It's almost like a bow, or like a Superman punch. When it comes to your shoulders. And he said we were looking good with the gloves on. It's a lot different with the gloves on than without. Sure enough, I'll tell you. You look different with the gloves on. Because you can't see your hands and where you're hitting, kind of. It do depend on the ounces. But even still, like the fact that you can't see your hand turn, it just looks different with the gloves. So like, I don't know, maybe it's different for everybody. Maybe some people fight better with the gloves on. I like that second one. That first one was like aggression. The second one was like sly. It's like slick. They both good. They both got their purposes. I'm a fan of the slickness. The first combo kind of reminded me of like a Bam Rodriguez approach. Like the second one, it's like a boots. I haven't sparred in like a month already. Once my tooth is healed, the progression difference is gonna be different. This is gonna be a whole month. I've been training differently than I was before. So as far as just looks. Only thing I gotta do is get my conditioning up, get some actual training from a fucking coach. I'm not gonna lie. If I were to have like a good year coaching, proper coaching, you got coaches out there that try to just, imprint their own, whole blueprint to somebody else, rather than just working with what they got and making it better. With proper coaching, mechanically. And let me not get sidetracked. I will get probably pretty good. But one thing I do want to learn
is how to fight on the inside. That is one thing I do not know at all. As far as positioning and how to throw the tight punches from there, how to kind of negate different things from there. Like I don't fight on the inside. I need to know. I want to know, and I ain't running from it. I don't look the way I do when I'm training in a fight, because I don't have as much sparring practice that I need, because like I said, I don't have a gym, so I don't have the ability to fight every day or every other day or every week. I have to like, you know, find my chances whenever somebody has that, you know, chance for me. And then secondly, like I said, I practice differently. I just posted one of my shorts just recently. It was like just one of my crosses, the way my cross looked different in the 3-month span. I've just been training, my training has gotten better, even within this last month alone. This last month, I feel like, and really what it was I started focusing on my punching form more. Because the reason why my footwork is the way it is because I focused as much as I do on my punching now on my footwork, on my stance. So you'll see the things that you're gonna notice within my videos that get better over time or quicker would be my stance and my footwork. My punching was not getting better, not whatsoever, because I wasn't working on it. I mean, I was throwing them, but I wasn't working on every sharp tuned fine thing about it. Only thing I was working on was turning my shoulders. I did, and sometimes my foot. It took me a long time to get my back foot off the ground. Sometimes I still haven't done it, but now I practice a lot more with just having it up. So I just train a lot differently now. Yo, what up, Aiden? Yeah, I'll tell you what. My best punch, you've probably already noticed, is my jab. It's now my sharpest punch because how much I worked on it. But my jab has always been my best punch because of my IQ. The jab is kind of the easiest thing to abuse when you understand, especially rhythm and tempo, timing and stuff like that. So you can time a jab a lot easier than you can time the other punches. So for me, it was very easy. Like I explain on my lives all the time, anytime somebody comes forward, jab. Anytime I'm leaning forward, jab. Anytime, you see how I'm doing this right now, you saw that? Sometimes when I come in, there's a jab coming. If I don't, I'm probably cautious about what the fuck you about to do, but a lot of the times the people are respecting my jab. And because of the level that I'm at right now, my signature punch is my uppercut. You'll see a lot of times my highlight punches in sparring, funny to say that, right? Like it's fucking sparring, but would be my uppercuts because people have their head down at the level that I'm at, you know? So it's very, very easy to land a motherfucking uppercut. And hooks, you might land them, you might not, because those are the punches at this level that everybody is fucking worried about. The only thing that they're gonna do is roll because they don't want to get hit by a hook. So I've caught somebody with an uppercut before, like literally baited the shit out of him about that. Like they didn't know that, but I knew. Like I saw the way that he was just so scared of the hook that I used the hook to land an uppercut. Ugliest form in the world. That's what's going to be the difference in my next sparring. I am going to be right here with it. Right here with the gloves and everything. I'm not going to be right here. I don't even know how to do what the fuck I was doing before. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be real crucial about it. Your uppercut, cross, and hooks are decent as well. How you been doing? I've been doing pretty good. It's good to see you, Aiden. What you up to, brother? Yeah, your uppercut's nasty as well. I remember you knocking him out with that. Yeah, so
The thing is, so this is how I've been training as far as my punches will go. Worked on my jab first. You'll see me in this little pillar right here, sitting there doing this for fucking 2 hours straight. Just the jab. In both southpaw and orthodox. I'm still working on my orthodox. My southpaw, sorry, I'm a natural orthodox, so orthodox is easier. But this part right here, I just have more snap in this one. In my dominant hand, it's more firm, but it's not as snappy. It's like I have less control over it, but more power. I definitely feel it. But yeah, I was working on my jab for like a minute. I still always work on, you see, as in shadow boxing, I'm always throwing it. And then the punch I've been working on, secondly, was my cross, as you see from my last post. I'm highly impressed with I feel like my jab, I couldn't notice how bad it was at first because really it was my stance that was making my jab look so fucking terrible back then. I don't think my jab was that bad, it was just, my stance was just awkward. But my cross, not only was the stance bad, but the cross was all wrong. So that one was big notice. My uppercut was kind of easy for me to throw, so I didn't really work on that as much. I probably worked on it here and there, tweaked it, you know what I mean? Just when I first started working on my punches, but I didn't really from the beginning, my uppercut was kind of like the easiest punch. You're just kind of, it's not even a scoop. I always think of the curved punches as U's, right? So you're throwing your arm in a U shape. Once I watched that Tommy A.K.A video, that he said to focus on, using your opposite shoulder to throw the punch, it became so easy. Instead of me trying to throw the uppercut, I don't even know how to do it, man. But I now just use the back shoulder and twist the back leg. Now, and then I think of it as a U. As you see, it's a U. And I throw a hook. It's a U. So the bigger the U, the wider it hits, the shorter the U, the shorter the punch. Hooks is now the ones I'm working on right now. My hooks aren't terrible. Like you said, it's pretty decent. But compared to where my jab and my cross is, my hooks is definitely the worst of all the punches right now. My uppercuts are still better than my hooks. So I'm gonna work on my hooks a lot more. That's what this is when I'm going this cross. And so what I'm doing is I'm using this shoulder to pull back, to use that momentum to throw this shoulder. I'm not even using anything to throw this shoulder at all. There's no effort coming out of this shoulder. I don't even feel the punch coming from this shoulder. Until I end up lifting it up to throw it in the U shape that I need to throw it in. So you could sit down and pull, or you could turn your foot into it. There's two ways to do it. So I wouldn't overturn your foot. Just keep it like tight. And yeah, so that's what that drill is. That drill is me just practicing using that momentum from one punch to kind of sit down on the hook, that right here,
and keep it right where I want it. Not throwing it here, not keeping it down here, throwing it here, and then coming back. One thing I like to do is come back here. I don't want to be too repetitive though, doing the same shit over and over again, and then people notice that, and then all they gotta do is fucking uppercut me and I get knocked out. But for now, see, if I do that all the time, people will notice that. Just gotta be a little different. I don't like doing, because people always say after a punch, do this. Like, I don't like doing shit that can be timed. Only thing that can be timed is punches, like, that's inevitable. You're most vulnerable when you throw your punch. But I don't like doing all that shit because I'm thinking. I don't know if anybody else is in there thinking, but I'm thinking. I'm watching every single time your foot goes 1, 2, 1, 2, and your shoulder goes, I'm watching everything. I'm watching your little bit of your elbows being, okay, I'm watching everything, where your eyes is looking. How many times you threw a certain punch. How many times you slipped to the left and to the right. What punch made you do that? I'm in there like the coach would be. So I'm damn sure gonna make sure I'm gonna, tighten up as much as I can. But at the same time, if I'm getting good work in, if I know that I'm fighting somebody that I'm levels above, I'm not gonna not be better, but I will experiment on things. So I might catch more punches than I need to, or because I'm practicing catching punches, or because I feel like I can, Those are the times to do that. I spent some time. Shit. Always a terrible time. So my phone is about to die, y'all. We better end this session for a little bit. I'll probably be back on a little later, get some more work in. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for the likes. And yeah, we pretty much out of here, y'all. Let's see what y'all set up in here real quick. Oh, I just got the fucking warning. I just got the warning. So I'm sticking my armpit out. Yeah, we out.